I have to speak briefly before we get to stuff I like. I have to speak briefly about this Larry Nassar trial. A really interesting moment yesterday. This guy, Larry Nassar, was the doctor for a former doctor for the American gymnastics team, and he over years. I mean, it's such an awful story that I even hate to talk about it, but he was one of these guys who was expert in winning people's trust, and he had this trust as a doctor. He's treating these, what guy at my age, they're essentially little girls. These are teenagers, teenage girls who have worked so hard to get to the Olympics. They're dedicated athletes. They're representing America. They're girls like I said, like 13 years old who have worked so hard. And he is the athletic doctor for the U.S. Olympic team. And under the guise of helping them, he is molesting them. And he's doing this for years and years. And there's hundreds of them. And it is basically, it's monstrous. It's monstrous. You don't even want to go for all the words because they're meaningless against the level of evil. So he basically cut a deal where he pled guilty, and all the women stood up. Now they're women. They stood up and told their stories, so they had a chance to voice what had happened to them and tell what had happened to them. And at the end of this, Judge Rosemarie Acalina, I believe it's pronounced. Do you know, Rob? Is that the right pronunciation? Acalina. She sentenced him to 40 to 175 years in prison. And this clown, Nassar, gives her a document, and she made a big show of it. That's what I'm getting at. She made a big show of it. Nassar gave her a document where basically he kind of whined and said, well, I pled guilty because I had to. And, there's, what was it? Hell hath no fury as a woman scorned. I mean, this is what he's talking about, these little girls that he molested. Hell has no. And so the judge took this document and threw it away and then read this guy the riot act. And it's caused a controversy. Here is a kind of a little series of clips where she basically says, well, let her say it.
I am a judge who believes in life and rehabilitation when rehabilitation is possible. I have many defendants come back here and show me the great things they've done in their lives after probation, after parole. I don't find that's possible with you. Your decision to assault was precise, calculated, manipulative, devious, despicable. I don't have to add words because your survivors have said all of that. I don't want to repeat it. Sir, I'm giving you 175 years, which is 2,100 months. I just signed your death warrant. I need everyone to be quiet. I still have contempt powers. I told you I'm not nice.
So, you couldn't, it's kind of hard to hear. It's not the greatest audio, but she was basically saying, I'm signing your death warrant. You're irredeemable. You cannot be redeemed. Almost she took the paper that he sent her and just threw it away. And so the left, of course, went into paroxysms of delight at this, about the female judge standing up for the females. And it was kind of like part of this Me Too stuff. It was just like too much of it was too good to resist. And so the right, in kind of reactionary mode, came out and said that she had, even though, of course, they agreed with the fact that the guy should be put away for life, he is evil, saying that, but she had disgraced herself by basically playing to the cameras and saying he was irredeemable, no one's irredeemable, and gleefully saying, I've signed your death sentence, and the right was attacking. And I have to say that on this one, I got to go with the left more than that. There is a long, long tradition of judges, after the trial is done, after everything has been handled in the proper way, ripping into evildoers and letting them know what they think and letting them know why they're being sent away. And I think she was right in the mainstream of that judicial tradition. She had every right. You might have thought she went too far. Maybe she was playing to the cameras, very possible. But the idea, with all the things we have to think about, the idea that this monster got slapped by a judge, I'm not even going to lose a minute's sleep over that. And I think the right maybe overreacted to the left's glee. I'm not saying she's a movie star. I'm not saying, it's the greatest judge ever. I'm just saying, judges rip these guys because they're evil. They're evil, and they're speaking for our society, and they're letting the society know that, no, we do not accept this. Goodbye. So long. Nice to know you're out of here. And I was totally on her side in this one.